Alright guys, and welcome back to the channel. As you can see here, we have a Zaku, but not just any Zaku, the 2010 real grade Char Zaku 2. So is it worth buying in 2024? Is it worth building this in 2024? Well, let's go ahead and cover that in this video. So, is this kit worth buying in 2024, or the tail end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025? Being a kit that came out in 2010, is it really worth purchasing today? And the answer would be yes. I believe it is worth purchasing today. This kit doesn't suffer too much from the real grade syndrome that came about with the RX-782 version 1 that you saw in the same year in 2010. It is actually a lot more solid of a kit. It builds up really well. It builds up really solid. And it's stable, and it's a pleasure to pose. Though it does have some standout features that would need some manipulation or tinkering to make sure that they stay in place. And let's go into a little bit more detail here in a moment and get into a couple of those pros and cons. Okay, so as with every kit, you know that there's pros and cons. And I want to go ahead and address the cons first. I know people like to listen to the positive first or listen to the positive overall, but I would like to go over the cons because you need to know what you're getting to when you're buying this kit. So, con number one is with the head unit. It does not seat as flush to the chest unit as you would like. It does pop off real easy like that. There was no effort in that at all. And it sits back down with just about as much effort. You can push on that as much as you want. It's not going to sit. It's just going to stay there. So that's something you just need to accept. You could probably, if you got enough modding experience behind you, you could probably fix that. No big deal. Another con here is with the beads and the tubes. These do pop out. They do pop out pretty easily. So I would be careful with manipulating this too much. It'll pop out most specifically right here in the back. It's easy to put back in, so it's not that huge of a con, but it is an irritation. Con number two is here in the wrist and hand unit. This piece, and this piece, especially this piece, are garbage. The hand is, these fully articulated hands are junk. When you're removing these hands or building this kit to put these hands in place, these two pieces are separate. As you can tell, just with a little bit of touching this, it moves freely on its own. I think Bandai made a poor choice here, but again, this is kit number 2 of their real grade line. So they probably haven't, well, they even saw it with the tall geese too, so I can't say they learned their lesson. So I think in the future, with in any kit build that they have, they need to figure out a way to make these actually sit in. Otherwise, my suggestion would be to glue these in, because they will fall out and they will fall off. And you'll see that here too with this piece in the wrist. It's more pronounced here on this side, as you can tell. And you might notice this is a different hand for Zaku. This is a Gundam hand I stole. I liked it better, so whatever. That's just my thoughts. The other con would be right up here within the shield and the joint here in the shield. This joint, though it may be solid, the way this attaches to the joint is not, and it will pop off really, really easily. And it is kind of a pain to put back on. It's not as simple as sitting it back on there and then being just fine. You have to take this whole piece off, which it just pops in place here with this little peg. Take it off, put this back on, reseat it, and pray it doesn't fall off. The other con is right here in the waist unit. And this waist unit, a lot like the RX-782, these two pieces just sit with 2 pegs here, or 3 pegs here on this side, into another piece on the waist, and then this just fits in right here. It doesn't actually pop in, it just fits in, or more like slides in, so when you do move the leg, they do pop off. I would demonstrate that. I probably should demonstrate that, but I'm not going to. But they do pop off, so keep that in mind. So if you do glue other pieces, glue this one and this one on to that waist unit, because they do come off. That does limit the articulation in the leg. You can't do a full split. You can't do super amazing poses with the legs or the knees all the way up. These two pieces will fall off, and it is quite annoying. But outside of that, those are the cons of this kit. That is it. The rest of it, solid. So let's go ahead and move on to that. So getting into the pros outside of the cons, let's go ahead and move into the pros because I think that's the most important bit here. Though we did mention the cons, they aren't something to keep you from buying this kit. They Every kit's going to have them, but the pros outweigh the cons here. This kit is incredibly detailed. Getting closer, you can see all the panel lining, all the detail in this kit is just phenomenal. It stands out so well, and that's what I love about Real Grade so much, is that in this compact form factor, there's my PC's builder coming out. In this compact form factor, you're getting an absolutely insane amount of detail here. These are, for all intents and purposes, mini master grades, basically mini master grades. See, I barely touched that and it fell out. That's the con, and we're going to keep moving on. But again, yeah, they're mini master grades. The detail is just phenomenal. It's I can't say enough about it. And if you start adding the stickers, you do the panel lining like you see here, it is, man, oh, God, this kit is just beautiful. And this is why this kit is what sold me, really, after watching Mobile Suit Gundam and Gundam Origin. This kit is what sold me on buying more Zaku's. So I've got like 5 more in my backlog I got to build. So more videos on those later. But the articulation is the other selling point of this kit. Like every other Real Grade, you're going to get some crazy, crazy wicked articulation. And just look at that. Like, that is just so damn good. So freaking amazing. And what's even beautiful about this is this kit, being the number 2 of the line, is actually really solid. It's sturdy. It's stable. It poses well. Though the feet, as an early Real Grade, they don't manipulate a lot like the newer Real Grades do, and that's fine. That's not really a con. That's just a symptom of the line early on. It still stands out. It's still really great, and I think Bandai did enough. God, I think Bandai did a great job with this kit. I can't say enough about how much I like this. Everything about this, the detail alone, is just great. And how much detail they put into it. The arms articulate really well too. Like every Real Grade, they do articulate. They do move side to side, up and down, they spin left to right. They just work. They don't fall out of place. They don't pop out of place like the RX-72 did. They just work. It is hands down one of my favorite kits that I've built thus far. And we can get into a little bit more detail here with that. You can see right here all that separation, the panels. I can't speak enough to how much these Real Grade kits just surprise me every time I build them. They make me so happy. They really do, because there's just so much they offer. And for, the 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks that you pay for these things, you're really getting a great value, because you're getting something that's going to really bring you a lot of enjoyment and a lot of fun. Even if it is an irritating kit, they are still fun to build, because you get to bring, these things to life, I guess, for all intents and purposes, in front of you, instead of just seeing them on the screen. So it is really cool to have miniature versions of what you see on the screen in front of you to display and pose as you will. So overall, yeah, the pros, although I didn't go into great detail about them, they do outweigh the cons, because the cons are just, they're small problems. They're nothing that can't be remedied with a little bit of work and glue. So, but the pros do outweigh this. It's just solid. Everything about this kit is solid. And when God, if I can speak, the bend at the knee, the articulation here in the thigh, the articulation here in the arm, the shoulder and the elbow, the head, all of this is just built really well. And I can't I cannot stress enough to buy this kit. And that's my thoughts on it. Again, I'm not going to go into great technical detail or reviews of these. I don't think there's any particular need. You're buying this kit. You're going to run into some issues, so I'll let y'all figure that out as you build them. But my suggestion it would be to buy this kit, even in 2025. All right, so here we are at the end of the video. As you can tell, I gloated on this kit a lot. I think it's a great kit. And so, yeah, I do think you should buy this at the end of 2024 and in 2025. It being a 14, 15-year-old kit, I still think it holds up. I still think it looks really well. As you can see here, it holds pose. It's even on this rotating base, and it's standing. It is solid. It is a good kit. So, if you don't mind, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know if you've built this kit. If you have, what are your thoughts on it? What do you think about this kit? And if you haven't built this kit, go out and purchase it. I think get it for like $25-$30 on Amazon, or New Type, or USA Gundam store, just about wherever. It's available everywhere. So I suggest going and getting it, building it, coming back to the video, leaving a comment, let me know what you think of it. And again, if you could, drop a like and subscribe, so that way you can help build this channel. You can help me communicate with more people that have a hobby like this, and we can start having those conversations about these kits in greater detail, and who knows, at one point I might start collaborating with other builders close by and start having some really interesting conversations about these kits, the history of them, and how they build up, likes and dislikes, and so on and so forth. So I'm looking forward to all those things in the future. But, help me grow my channel and help me get it out there. So, again, if you would like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. But that's all I've got for this video, and I hope you liked it, and I'll see y'all the next time.